International Emmy-nominated comedian Veer Das is known for sharing his Indian culture with the world. And tomorrow, he will share his stories with Cincinnatians at the Taft Theater. We are talking with him today to get a preview. So, Veer, thank you so much for joining us today. And I have to ask, when did you first know that you were funny enough to become a comedian?
I think every woman I'd ever met around me knew it before I did. They were like, oh, I think we know something he doesn't, and we should reject him enthusiastically so that he'll discover this funny bone inside him. And at some point I was just like, okay, all these women seem to be laughing at me, so I might as well join in. Something must be funny about me. It's largely rejection. That's what drives us to stand up, I think.
So rejection drove you to stand up then. But when it comes to your storytelling, though, that is something that you actually grew up around. Did your family inspire your stand-up?
I think so. I think the only difference between sort of my grandfather and my family and my storytelling is I care if there's an audience. But my granddad was just like, no, I'm telling this story. And whoever happens to be in this room is going to hear this story. And if they walk out halfway and somebody else walks in, they're hearing the second half of the story. But I will complete the story into the ether of the universe because the universe needs to hear me talk for the next sort of 90 minutes to 8 hours is my training in storytelling from my grandfather.
And obviously that training has been working out for you. You've traveled the world with your comedy and you have 4 Netflix specials. What response have you received from the most recent special, Landing?
Cash, mostly cash, which I'm very happy about. No, everywhere but Cincinnati, where I would love a little more cash, so please buy tickets. No, it's been great. I think a stand-up special, usually by the time a comedian records the special, we are done with the material. You know, it's the 150th show of the special. But I got to, I got to see 28 countries last year. I'm touring 33 countries on a world tour with this new show, Mindful. And if you come from the background that I come from, and if you come from where I come from, that seems inconceivable for a very long time that you will see the world at that level. So I'm supremely grateful to be able to travel this much. I never thought I'd come to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Veer, have you been to Ohio before?
I've not. I've been to Ohio through Dave Chappelle routines. Isn't this where he lives?
Yes, he lives like an hour and a half away from here.
So I will expect you to bring him to the show. So I'm putting that on you. So please, your channel, this is now what you do. Forget news, forget current events. Forget the important information that people need to know. You need to get Dave Chappelle to my show so I can get a selfie.
Now that would be a dream, actually. I'm gonna see what we can do, but no promises here. Now, Veer, what are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to taking you across the world. You know, I say this with no sense of arrogance, but not every comedian gets to see as much of the world as I have, and I love sharing that with people. So if you're an American, if you're an Indian, or wherever you're from, if you come to the Taft Theater, I will take you across the world. That's the promise of this show. So you're going to go on this journey across the world with me. We'll go to Norway. I'll tell you about everywhere I've been. And hopefully you'll go there in your mind with me.
If you want to grab tickets for tomorrow's show, all you have to do is visit tafttheater.org. Now you can also stream his special Landing on Netflix.